It's of course very satisfying to take another pole position. Of course, I would have liked it to be a little bit different because Q3 wasn't very good, but it just shows that even with not an amazing lap, to still be first is just very good for us.
Yeah, not like a big shock, not a like really surprised, but more of just happy to be P2 and ahead of one Red Bull and both the Mercedes. Like they have a better car, and that makes it even more cool and special to be ahead of them. So
I think the most important is that we have a good position for tomorrow's race, and from then on we can definitely fight for a good race.
I don't have an answer for it. I mean, we just weren't quick. We're just not any quicker. Put in the time. We worked so hard to improve the car, but this is our underlying pace. It's and I don't know if they've improved the car again this weekend. I have no idea, but we haven't, and we just got to keep working.
I still think we should be in reasonable shape for the race. I don't think my setup was fully optimized for the qualifying.
Yeah, really happy with that. We only a 10th from P3, so we in the mix. We always seem to be there in Q3 and fighting for these positions. So no, I think it's really positive, especially this weekend. On my side, I struggled a bit more with the car. I could not really get the balance where I wanted, and went in quali with a bit more unknown than usual. But we still managed to put things together and qualify in sixth position. So really happy with that.
I'm really happy for my lap. Quite happy for the lap at the end. Couldn't use my slipstream, which is cost me a little bit in the straight. But yeah, anyway, best qualifying so far.
Hopefully we have a good start, a good opening lap, and then some clean air, and then I think I know what I have to do on tires, etc. And I think also the tires we have for the race, we kept for the race, should be good fun.
Properly hyped up in the car, probably the most I've been in a long time, to be honest. So that was pretty special.
Yeah, I mean it was a good effort, but there's some little things that could have gone better. So we'll look into it and see what happens tomorrow.
From my side, I made a lot of progress compared to last week. I was on it the whole quali, and by 6,000s, I'm not super happy. And it's a shame, but we have good race pace tomorrow, and the points are given tomorrow. So let's wait and see for tomorrow.
And I'm a bit disappointed. Obviously, the best will have been to go to Q3 with a medium, which Williams managed to do so with George, which is very impressive, and that's what leave me a bit disappointed today. To be behind them on a medium is not great.
I mean, I honestly felt a bit better this week. I actually made some improvements to some areas last week. There was some kind of key areas where I was missing out and made a good step, but it's not really translating into lap time when it counts.
Yeah, I think we were as fast as ever in this qualifying on the season. P3 in Q1, I think it could be P4, P5 in Q2, and maybe P5 or P6 even in Q3, because we have two sets of tires.
Yeah, really disappointed because so far it was a great weekend this morning, also Q1. So, but yeah, we'll see tomorrow. We can start from with medium or hard and not with soft, and see what we can do from there.
I had a pretty decent first lap, but then the second set just very poor front end in the first two corners, completely different than it was. I don't know how many sets we burned this weekend, but it was pretty much the lap down on those two corners already with the understeer, but nothing,
I felt like I had a good lap today, and I don't have much answers today, so we need to keep thinking and keep trying to find some solutions.
Definitely struggling a bit more to get the balance right this weekend dialed in, but the first run didn't seem too bad. I made a mistake in turn 3, quite a big one. I completely missed the corner, so I don't know how much time I lost there, but our car in certain corners has some glaringly huge weaknesses.
Yeah, I think that the session was quite positive. We managed to be clean on all three sets. Obviously, we had a small mistake in the last set in turn 3, which but at the end didn't cost me a world. So I think that's just the pace we have right now.
The car that I have doesn't suit me, and I'm not happy with the setup because it's too nervous, and in order for me to keep it on track, I don't have the confidence, and each corner feels very different. So need to improve quite a bit.